Hey, welcome back. Today I'll be filming a sit-down interview with my wife in a library. Once again, my name is Scott Smoker. I'm the owner of Smoke Signal Studio, and I run around with a video camera filming for different businesses and organizations. A little backstory on how I got this job. My wife is the library director at our local tribal college here at Fort Peck, and she was involved with something called the Democracy Project with an organization called Humanities Montana. And the Democracy Project works with junior high and high school students in helping them do things to help improve their community through civic engagement. The Democracy Project is based out of libraries, and so my wife, as the library director, was in charge of the project here at Fort Peck. Months prior, she had mentioned to the folks at Humanities Montana that I did video work, and if they ever needed anyone or anything shot in this area to, get a hold of me. And sure enough, they did, as they were putting together a video highlighting the Democracy Project. And they wanted my wife to help narrate it, and so they hired me to film it. So this is where I think I might be filming. I want to try and get the books in the background. So I'm going to figure out where I'm going to position my subject. I think I might be shooting into the corner there and then have them looking across the frame this way. So, and possibly, so if they're sitting there into the corner, the light from the window, I'm thinking we could use as like a rim light or a backlight, a hair light, possibly. We'll see. I'll probably put my big light up here. I got my 2 cameras set up. Right now I'm gonna get my camera out and just test to see what it looks like, where I might position the subject, who is my wife. But if that doesn't work, there's another area in the back that I might check out. And then I'll take you over to possibly the other spot that I was thinking of filming in. Let's see. There's this area. A little more casual. Might have a few options. Probably got to be careful about the reflection in that window right there. There's more depth in the background here. I could shoot it this way and just have a lot of the depth in the background, make it look like it's, we're in a library. Whereas, the books in the background let you know you're in a library. Here it makes it look more like an open space, has, the couch and the plants and stuff like that we can move around. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. What do you think I should do? I ended up going with the first option, as I really wanted the books in the shot. I lost out on a little bit of the depth that I would have had in the second option, but I felt like the books were really important to have. I wanted people to know that, this was taking place in the library. So here's the setup I think I'm going with. I got my 2 cameras. Of course, I got the FX6, the Sony 35 G Master. Got the FX30 with the top handle and a 50 millimeter, but since it's crop sensor, it's more like a 75. I've had this lens for almost 10 years. I like the lens. It is cheap, but I like it. Let's see. So for audio, I have the Deity S Mic 2S, I think. There's a lot of S's in the name. I got that. Subject gonna sit there. And then it's gonna wire into the FX6 top handle. And then I'm also going to mic lav the subject. And I just got the Rode, basic Rode Mic Go 2, I think that one is. And then I'm gonna put the teleprompter on the second tripod because that's a little heavier than the FX30. So I got a little cheap, thin Manfrotto tripod that I've had for a while. I need to get a third tripod, but it'll do the job for today. And then I got I think the light I'm using, Amaran 100D. Got that on the C-stand. And then I'm going to put I got a tube light that I think I'm gonna use possibly for a hair light. So that's the setup that I got right now. Monitors. I have the Ninja V. I was having troubles with it last week. Basically bricked on me twice when I turned it on. Said it needed to update the firmware. So that night I updated it. A couple days later, same thing, said it needed to update the firmware. So when I got home, checked to see if there was another firmware update, and there wasn't. It was the newest one was the one that I had downloaded previously. So I turned it back on, and for some reason it worked. I don't know what's up. And then I got a Andy Cine 4K monitor. You can put LUTs on it so you can see what the final product is going to look like. Got a little 99 watt V mount, some cheap Sony headphones, and yeah, that's the setup. A quick note about that Atomos Ninja, the Ninja V or Ninja 5 or whatever. I figured out what was wrong with it since I made this video. You got to take the battery out and then put it back in, and then sometimes it'll turn on and it'll say it needs a firmware update. You just got to take the battery out, put it back in, turn it back on, and it's good. But yeah, this is what the frames look like. I was pretty happy with how they turned out. And the client, they provided a script that they wanted my wife to basically kind of read, but they wanted it to seem like a conversation, like she was being interviewed. So that's why I had the teleprompter up, and I put the script on the iPad so my wife could read it. But it took us probably, I think we did like 3 takes, maybe 4 takes to get it to sound like a conversation. The first time she did it, it sounded like she was reading it. And we actually had to practice it a few times. And we had the client on FaceTime as well, so they were able to listen in and give their feedback, and it turned out really good.
Libraries provide free access to information.
And that's a wrap for this project. I also had to pick up a few B-roll shots around the library and outside for where the students did their project, but all in all, it took maybe about 4 or 5 hours total with the setup time and then the shooting, and then obviously here tearing everything down. That takes a little while too, but I was able to charge my full day rate, which was good. I didn't have to edit, which is also good. I don't have to I always like the projects where I just have to film and then I can send the footage off, and I don't have to edit. I'm enjoying those projects lately. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why one of my next purchases is going to be a film cart. I have to haul all of this back into my pickup, and a cart would save me so much time. Plus I can double the cart as like a
put my rigs together standing so I don't have to bend over all the time. The one I'm looking at getting, I think, the last time I checked, is like $1,800. But I think it'll be worth it.
Hey, if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate it. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.